YouTube. What's up, guys? All right, so today we are going to be doing an operator guide for Twitch. So we're going to be talking about why Twitch is a good entry frag, what you use your ability for, and overall kind of what to expect when you play Twitch. So let's get to it. So let's go through a loadout first. So you have the F2 and a 417 DMR and a SG shotgun. So F2 is going to be your bread and butter most of the time. You can run a 1x or 1.5 scope on it. Most people will run a 1.5 scope on it. I like a flash with a vert grip. Cannot run an angled. Decent gun, fast fire rate. Damage is a little lackluster, but the fire rate is one of the fastest attacker assault rifles, so it's gonna put people down quick. So as a duelist and in a 1v1 fight, this gun is a great gun to have. DMR, you will see a little bit of play. I'm personally not a huge fan of this gun, but I have seen a lot of people use this gun. You can have an ACOG 2x or 1x or 3x even if you want. There's 20 bullets in the chamber and 69 damage, so it does a lot of damage, but it is a DMR, so keep that in mind. And then this shotgun, honestly, you're not going to see a lot of play with this shotgun. This is more of a meme pick. I probably wouldn't bring this with Twitch unless you're like kind of messing around. Body range with this shotgun definitely puts people down, but it is a shotgun when you could just run the F2. It doesn't really make much sense. Run the F2. Pistols, you're going to have a P9 and the revolver. Normally I would run the P9 just as a better backup weapon than the revolver. This is good for making like little kill holes if you have that in mind. Most of the time you won't be needing to do this as an attacker because you can just make it with your assault rifle, but you can. And then a claymore or a smoke grenade. Smoke grenades, maybe to go for a plant. Claymores if you're trying to play a rappel game. So that's Twitch's loadout. All right, so now let's talk about Twitch's utility, the shock drone. So at the start of the round during prep, Twitch will start off with a normal drone, but you will have 2 additional shock drones. So each shock drone will have 3 charges of an electric dart that has infinite range at wherever you're looking at, that will slowly come back as you use it. So like if let's say you use all 3 charges, you will have more charges after time. So you're encouraged to use your 3 darts, get off your drone for a bit, and maybe you can get back on your drone and shoot more things. So Twitch needs to be looked at more as a intel gathering operator as well as a utility destruction operator. So her ability is going to be able to counter, let's say, K charges or wall denial, and you'll also be able to zap some pesky like Goyos or maybe a Maestro camera or whatever. You can do a lot with Twitch's drones that I'll see a lot of people underutilize because most people just pick at Twitch for the F2. I mean, the F2 is an amazing gun. Don't get me wrong, it is an amazing gun, but her drones are definitely slept on. The only downside to the drones is that they can be shot in 1 bullet and they can get taken out, as well as getting Mozzie pested or muted off. If you run into a mute, obviously your drone does not work. So, and if a Mozzie jumps on your drone, then the Mozzie will have access to the shock drone and will be able to drive it around like you would and zap things. So the drones can also be left like normal drones, like to watch flanks and things like that. But a lot of the time you're going to be using at least one of your drones to try to get some utility off, either the ADSs on a door frame or a window, a K charge on the wall. Basically, destroy the enemy utility with your shock drones as much as you can, and you guys will be in a much better spot. All right, now let's talk about operators that pair well with Twitch. So 2 sides of the track here. So you have operators that pair well with Twitch. Let's talk about hard breachers. So Thermite, Hibana, Ace. So she will be able to zap whatever's on the wall off. So the hard breachers will be able to open the wall. So no problem. Hard part is getting your drone inside the building to zap their utility. But you have 2. You can be creative, get your drone in, and just zap whatever's on the wall, and will be good to go. So second side of the track, we're going to have any operator with grenades. So Twitch is going to be very annoying in terms of dealing with enemy utilities such as the ADSs that Jaeger places down or Midas. So you'll be able to sneak your drones in, hopefully destroy some of the ADSs before the defenders really realize what's going on, and be able to clear out, let's say, deployable shields, or like banshees or etc. Enemy utility with frag grenades, Ash, Zofia. So she'll pair well with other entry fraggers. So when I say Twitch is an entry frag, she is more of a secondary entry because in my eyes, she's paired well with another operator. If you do your job well as Twitch, you will be setting the person up with grenades or Zofia up for success. And that F2 ain't no joke. So if your entry goes in, they lose a firefight. Most of the time, you will be able to refrag it up. So let's talk a little bit more about your biggest counters, Mute and Mozzie. So the way to deal with Mute and Mozzie as Twitch is make sure to find a situation where that you can throw your drone into. Like if it's from a window, through a drone hole that's not easily accessible, etc. Drive your drone through that. You can usually get around some of their utility. If they have a Mute, it's really hard to get around everything. They have a Mozzie. It's a little bit easier because the Mozzie is looking more for the normal drones, but be careful. Don't give the Mozzie your Twitch drone because that will be extremely annoying for your team. If let's say you're thermiting a wall, they have control of a Twitch drone and they zap the exothermic charge. Be a little annoying. To be honest, Twitch is a fairly basic op. You just have to make sure you're using your drones effectively, but not you sitting on your drone for way too long. If you're not able to destroy more team utility, just use your shock drone like it's a normal drone. Twitch has 3 drones technically, and that's extremely powerful. So don't be afraid to just kind of not use your drones anymore and just play gun up. A lot of times people will sit on the drones too long trying to get too much when that enemy utility doesn't really matter. Don't try to zap all the cameras around the map. If you're not pushing those directions, it's kind of pointless. Twitch doesn't have very good secondary utility besides the smoke, which you can be used in more comp situations to go for a plant in an aggressive spot or smoking off a door frame so you can push in aggressively. But you're not going to have grenades, which is going to hurt a little bit, but you are going to make it a little bit easier for your teammates to grenade. You can use your smokes to burn ADS, or you can outright destroy their ADSs. That is going to be your biggest role as Twitch in probably 99% of the games you play, is destroying the ADSs so your teammates can throw grenades. And after that, honestly, don't be afraid to take a gunfight. You have an amazing gun. You're probably going to win if you're confident and you swing with intelligence. All right, guys, hopefully you guys learned a little bit about how to play Twitch. So if you guys learned anything new, or if you just want to show me some love, make sure to drop a sub, leave a comment, throw a like. We're going to be doing a lot of these operator guides coming up. I'm going to be probably trying to knock one out a day, so make sure to stop by for some more. Peace out, guys.